Alright guys, I am back with my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for February 17th, 2014. And the show starts off with John Cena coming out. Then all the other guys in the Elimination Chamber match come out. Orton, Sheamus, Cesaro, Christian, Daniel Bryan. And they all talk about how they're going to win the Chamber match. Then Kane comes out and says tonight it's going to be Orton versus Sheamus, which we already knew. Cena versus Cesaro. And Daniel Bryan versus Christian. And Daniel Bryan wants to face Kane, and while he's trying to lure Kane into the ring, Christian attacks him from behind and they start the match. And Christian was acting like a heel in this match, mocking the yes chants and everything. And I thought this was great. I hope Christian does turn heel because he's a much better heel than a face. But this was a really good match here. Daniel Bryan counters the kill switch with a pin and gets the win. And then Kane says, "Congratulations, Daniel, on a hard fart victory." He messed up his words, but that's what he said. And he says, "Now you got to face me." So Kane just starts attacking Daniel Bryan. He's wrestling in black pants, dress shoes, and a wife beater. And I didn't really care for this. He was just beating him down the whole time. He's trying to pull his arm over the ring post, and the referee disqualifies him. And then Kane grabs the mic, and he says, "Yeah, I know I'm disqualified," and he smiles and leaves. We see the Shield backstage talking to Renee Young, and they're talking about how Ambrose lost to Mark Henry last week, and this week Roman Reigns is going to face Mark Henry. And Renee Young says, "Don't you guys think you need to be on the same page for your match against the Wyatts at Elimination Chamber?" And Seth Rollins says, "We're always on the same page." And then it's Santino versus Fandango. And Summer Rae gets on the apron, so Emma runs over and picks her up and spins her around. And then Emma and Santino start flirting with each other. Santino tries to kiss her, but Fandango kicks him through the ropes. Then Fandango hits the Falcon Arrow for the win. And I stand by what I said about Emma. The whole dancing thing is going to get old real fast. And it's already old for me personally. I know a lot of people like Emma. And maybe if she came out with her entrance, the bubbles, her music, that would be one thing. But her coming out with Santino and just doing this does nothing for me. Then we see Mark Henry with Renee Young, and he says tonight he's going to induct Roman Reigns into the Hall of Pain. And he has a new t-shirt, I'm looking at it right now, of a big ticket that says Mark Henry Hall of Pain, Admit One. It's Mark Henry versus Roman Reigns. And this was very predictable. Reigns beats Mark Henry with little trouble. He hits the Superman punch and the spear for the win. So because Ambrose couldn't beat Mark Henry, you knew Roman Reigns was going to beat Mark Henry. Then after the match, Ambrose is putting the boots to Mark Henry. And Reigns is like, "What are you doing? That's weak, man. You're the Shield! That's what you do! You beat people up after the matches." So that was ridiculous. But then the Wyatt family comes in the Titantron. And they say that if the Shield's not willing to die for this, then they've already lost. And Reigns says, "Why don't you come out here and talk that noise?" And Bray Wyatt says, "Funny, that's exactly what we were thinking." And when the Wyatt family's music hit, that was awesome. That was very badass. So the Wyatt family comes out, and Bray Wyatt gets in the ring. Reigns steps up to him. Then the other Wyatts get in, and the Shield steps up. And then the Wyatt family just leaves. The Shield did nothing. They were out there, they were in the ring, and the Shield did nothing. So while it was really cool, it was a cool moment, and you knew the Wyatt family was just going to leave anyways, it really made the Shield look weak as hell that they called them out, they came out, got in the ring, and the Shield still did nothing to them. They announce Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Ryback is the pre-show for Elimination Chamber. Then backstage we see Cody Rhodes and Goldust playing with these, I guess they're Legos, like Lego toys. And Bad News Barrett comes up and kicks it over, and they're all upset about this. But this was really funny. Usually these toy promos are such utter shit, but this one was actually good. I liked it. And you can tell Cody Rhodes is trying not to laugh towards the end, and he's trying to cover his face. It's Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston. Swagger beats Kofi with the ankle lock. Then Big E comes out, and he's facing Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. I don't know where Heath Slater is. And it's a handicap match. So Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger are still on the outside, and Zeb has a microphone, and the entire time he's insulting Big E, harassing him on the mic, and it was really awkward and unnecessary. I don't know why they did this. It was just really bad. And Big E is trying to fight off 3MB. Eventually he hits the big ending on Drew McIntyre for the win, and afterwards he grabs a mic and says, Zeb Coulter, I hope they make diapers in your size, because after Sunday, your mouth won't be the only thing full of crap. What? It's Cesaro versus Cena. And this was a good match. Very good. Cesaro looked great out there. Cena took the big swing, which I didn't think was going to happen. He countered it twice. But Cena hits the AA and gets the win. So Cesaro beats Orton on SmackDown, and then he loses to Cena here on Raw. And the match was great. I'm not saying it was 5 stars or anything, but it was a very good match. And Cesaro looked strong as hell out there. But he still lost. And there have been a ton of guys who have gone out there and had great matches with Cena, and everybody's like, oh, that match was awesome. Even though they lost, it definitely helped these guys to go out there and look so strong against someone like Cena. But does it really help them if they always lose to Cena? They always lose. I mean, Dolph Ziggler's gone out there and had some great matches with Cena too, and everybody's like, man, Dolph looked great out there against Cena. Where is Dolph now? It doesn't help these guys if they're always losing. So I wish there was at least some type of interference, something besides Cena just beating Cesaro clean. Orton tells Triple H that Batista was the weak link of Evolution. They had to carry him. And Batista comes up behind Orton. He hears all of this, and he says Orton's not the face of the WWE, he's the ass. And Orton leaves, and Del Rio comes up wearing a neck brace. He says that he's going to rip Batista's arms off at the Elimination Chamber. Batista pushes him, and then Del Rio just starts holding his neck. The match is in a week, and Del Rio's acting like he was already hit by a bus. No interest in this at all. Then Titus O'Neil is talking to Renee Young, and he says Sunday's going to be the rise of Titus O'Neil. And this was not nearly as good as the promo he cut on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. Something I've noticed about Titus O'Neil is the guy is really hit or miss. And I like Titus O'Neil, and every once in a while he'll go out there and cut some great promos or do an awesome job on commentary. But if I owned a wrestling company, I don't think I could put faith in Titus O'Neil to really push him. I think at the mid-card level he's fine, and he will go out there and do some great stuff every once in a while, but he's not consistent enough to ever warrant a big push, unfortunately. And he's done some pretty bad stuff too. If you remember Pancake Patterson, that shit was terrible. It's the Wyatt family versus Los Matadores and Sin Cara, and the match was okay. They did some spots with the Bull, but luckily it wasn't the Wyatt family selling any of his offense or anything like that. Harper hits the clothesline on Sin Cara, and then tags in Bray Wyatt, who hits the Sister Abigail for the win. Then it's one of the Usos versus Billy Gunn. Road Dogg and the other Uso are doing commentary, and the commentary was alright. The Uso rolls up Billy Gunn for the win, and the Usos dive on the New Age Outlaws. The main event is Sheamus versus Randy Orton, and I feel like the problem with Sheamus is the fans just aren't really into him. Since his return, people just haven't really gotten behind Sheamus. And in this match, it felt like they were dead most of the time. The only time they really got excited was when Sheamus got backdropped through the announce table and when he was getting ready to hit the brogue kick. That was like the only time the fans cared about this match. I believe this was the same match the fans completely hijacked the Raw after WrestleMania last year with Sheamus versus Orton. But the match itself was just okay anyways. It wasn't anything great. And Sheamus gets ready to hit the brogue kick. The Shield runs out. They attack him. Then Cena runs out. All the guys in the Elimination Chamber run out. Everybody's fighting. Then the Wyatt family teleports into the ring. And now they want to fight the Shield. So the Wyatts and the Shield fight. They finally clash. And the fans really weren't that excited about it. And I think the reason was they did that bullshit earlier where the Wyatts backed off when they were already in the ring. If they wanted to fight the Shield, why didn't they do it earlier? And if the Shield wanted to fight them, why didn't they come out during the Wyatts match? The shit didn't make any sense. And the show overall I thought was just average. I like Cesaro versus Cena, but there wasn't a lot on this show to really get excited about. And this was the go-home show for Elimination Chamber. So I thought it was pretty disappointing. A very subpar show. So that's my review. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on the show in the comments, and thanks for watching.